Itachi Uchiha and red-haired Shanks. Now this matchup is basically out of the blue. Like, this is just a very out of nowhere matchup. However, I did see this on Twitter, so I thought I could make a video on it. And on top of that, they do have a sort of connection with like their fan bases and how they're definitely super overhyped by the fandom. Which, for Shanks at the very least you can understand, because like every time he's on screen, he basically is just shutting everything down. Shanks literally just one-shot a kid, one of like the strongest characters in the verse right now, which is unfortunate to say. Whenever Shanks is on screen, even though he doesn't have a lot of screen time at the moment, he gets stuff done. Itachi, on the other hand, was Gog 2 billion. I remember back from when like the Naruto war stuff was going on, I remember the huge meme was like, well, Kishimoto killed Itachi off because if Itachi was there when Madara was fighting, then Itachi would have won.
Oh no, this can't be.
And I'm just sitting there like, man, how did people believe this? They really thought Itachi was like Goku from the Namek saga. This video I think is taken down now, but I think like Seth the programmer had like a video of Itachi versus Madara with some people, and it was just like a thumbnail like Itachi with like the Rinnegan and him in 6 paths, and it's just so funny. So with that in mind, today I want to talk about to see who would truly win between these two characters. Itachi the Sharingan or red-haired Shanks? Who will win? Imagine you have this cool nickname versus this like goofy nickname. I am Itachi the Sharingan. I'm red-haired Shanks. So we're probably going to start off with Shanks, considering the fact that he's just the easiest of the two to really deal with. His main things come from either scaling to characters or his small feats that he's done throughout the series. Starting out with Shanks is the light boot skill. After taking out his whole team, he just walked up to Bro and was like, yeah, you want to scrap? So then it just clashed right on the spot. Now Lightbeard has a few statements. For example, he's said to be the strongest man in the world. He also has a statement where it states that he can destroy the world. There's also multi-continental feats that he's done, with these feats even going high as up as moon level. While again, was just one clash, just being on par with him is insane. He even stopped Kaido from coming to Marineford. Kaido's pulling up, he saw Shanks, he's like, I'm sorry my boy. He started getting on his knees. I'm sorry my king, I'm sorry my king. Shanks is still fairly much being the multi-continental to moon ranges, potentially even planetary if you really want to push him there. Now on to speed.
You're fucking dirty!
Now throughout all my years of power scaling, One Piece has to be consistently the most FTL series I've seen, like ever. Like, they've been doing FTL stuff since like pre-time skip. For example, Luffy was able to dodge photons from Foxy, not that Foxy. Able to dodge the light beams from Pacifista, and then Luffy just casually dodging the light beams in like his first appearance in post-time skip. There's also characters such as Kizaru, who is just stated to straight up be the speed of light. Then there's Sanji dodging Queen's lasers, which gets 10 times the speed of light. Which means that at the very least, Shanks should be FTL+. Reasonably should be around the MFTL ranges. For Shanks' main abilities, it's just hockey. Now, hockey is no laughing matter. There are 3 types of hockey that we need to talk about. There's Conqueror's hockey, observation hockey, and finally armament hockey. I definitely butchered that, I'm not gonna hold you. Conqueror's hockey allows you to push your will towards others, basically intimidating them or making them straight up just pass out. For observation hockey, allows Shanks to look a little bit into the future, around 10 seconds or so, allowing him to sense others as well. I'm not gonna armament's too hard to say. I'm just gonna call it the third hockey. The third hockey allows him to harden his body enough to either A, destroy the opponent's insides, or B, to defend himself. Now some people call this durability negation, and you can argue that, and that should be it for Shanks' abilities. He also has really good swordsmanship. That's pretty cool, yeah. So now we've gone through the red-haired Shanks, it's time to go into the murder of the Uchiha clan's Itachi. I was just about to say Sasuke, like, y'all heard these. Now for this, we are using a hypothetical Prime Itachi. The reason why we're doing this is because you kind of already know where Prime Itachi would be, considering the fact that his Edo Tensei form is stronger than his sick version, and we know the Edo Tensei versions are weaker than their alive versions. So basically, Sick Itachi, the one that fought Sasuke, is weaker than Edo Tensei, and Edo Tensei is weaker than Prime Itachi. Simple? Got it? Perfect. Now for strength, Itachi should scale to people like Casey and Naruto, who they were going back and forth with. Now Casey and Naruto was able to do this tail beast spawn feat, which is around multi-continental to planetary. Now Naruto's speed is also very consistent with FTL stuff, which is surprising considering the fact how a lot of people in this community hate Naruto FTL with a passion. But for Itachi, he should scale all the way back from Kid Kakashi using lightning to Haku using his ice mirrors, which is stated to be the speed of light. Now some people might say, oh, are you calling part 1 Naruto and part 1 Sasuke the speed of light? No. It's very much implied that Haku was holding back throughout the entire battle, so Naruto and Sasuke likely wouldn't scale, but guess who would? Itachi. Itachi himself also just has water bullets that just go at the speed of light as well. Also consider the fact that this is probably a casual technique. For Shippuden, we have the Raikage and Killer Bee all being stated to be at the speed of light. But keep in mind, Itachi should scale to Casey and Naruto, who basically just speed blitzed the fuck out of Raikage. The Raikage was staring at a wall, man. There's also statements of a random fighter ninja just also having light abilities, which Itachi should just massively scale above. And I know this could be a little contentious, but base adult Naruto that was sick with no chakra was able to dodge photons as well. Now, I know that's adult Naruto, and adult Naruto probably slams Itachi, but it is Naruto with ninja aids. Y'all remember when niggas was saying Itachi had ninja aids? That shit was fun. However, regardless, even if you don't want to scale Itachi to that, Itachi has plenty of FTL feats to scale to similar to Shanks. For abilities, Itachi has a lot. Starting off with his main bread and butter, we have the Sharingan. The Sharingan not only allows the wielder to differentiate through people, but it can help predict movements and attacks from your opponent, also allowing the user to copy any technique they wish. However, in this fight it probably won't matter. There's also Sharingan Genjutsu, such as Izanagi, which allows the user to put the opponent in a time loop of sorts. However, this does take preparation. But then we really get into the big stuff with Itachi's Mangekyou Sharingan. I try to be Itachi so bad. You are not him. The Mangekyou Sharingan is an enhanced form of the Sharingan that happens when you lose a level 1. Y'all think that like a kid tried killing his parents or something because he wanted to get the Sharingan? That would be crazy. With the Mangekyou Sharingan, Itachi has access to even more abilities. For example, Tsukiyomi. She's actually kind of crazy, by the way. This is his main bread and butter. This high level Genjutsu is just something he just uses for the lulz. He's just I don't really like you. I'm gonna use Tsukiyomi on you. Itachi's Tsukiyomi puts you into a world where time moves faster, where a single second could be equivalent to a day. It was to the point that he simulated an entire life with his girlfriend, which, according to the Itachi Shinden Book of Dark Knight novel, the time that passed the Genjutsu with 1/100th, a 1/1000th, a 1/1,000,000th of that of the real world. Not gonna lie though, Itachi kind of a W mans though. Bro was a W boyfriend until the end. That's I gotta give that respect. Then we get into Amaterasu. Amaterasu is a black fire that moves with his gaze. The flames are also very resistant, meaning that even when you get hit by it, you're not gonna be able to get it off until the user says so. Then we have the Susanoo. When using the Mangekyou Sharingan bullfights, Itachi can summon a gigantic humanoid being that gives him more defense and stronger offense, albeit with slightly slower speed. Then for some of his more wackier abilities, he has a Tosca Blade, which allows Itachi to basically just seal anybody. It's more of a Doraneg ability. The Yata Mirror, which allows Itachi to basically adapt and neutralize incoming attacks. I also forgot to mention this before, but you can also argue that he has Izanagi, which allows the user to manipulate reality to his will. For some of his other abilities, he has Fire Release, which allows him to shoot fireballs, Water Release, which allows him to shoot the Fang Bolts I was talking about before, Shadow Clone Jutsu, which allows him to create clones of himself, Crow Jutsu, which allows him to also make clones of himself, but instead of chakra, it's crows. Albeit, this does take less chakra than the Shadow Clone Jutsu, so it does have a purpose. He can also detonate his Shadow Clones too. So, if for some odd reason Itachi is surrounding you with Shadow Clones, he can kind of just put you in a whole Datara type explosion. He also has a ton of Genjutsu. For example, the One Finger Genjutsu. A Genjutsu that Itachi can use without making eye contact with the user at all. Now, for the final thing, I kind of want to talk about stamina. For Shanks' stamina, we probably won't know much about it. But if he can keep a white beard, he probably is very strong in terms of stamina. For Itachi, however, his endurance and stamina is insane. Itachi, while sick by the way, was still throwing hands with people such as Sasuke, Kakashi, Naruto, etc. and he was still pretty much perfectly fine, despite, again, having ninja aids. So, now we've gone through all that, let's see who will win this fight.
シャリンガン、お前はどこまで見えている？
And Itachi is our winner. But why does Itachi win this fight? Well, let's look at the stats and compare their abilities. For strength, both of them should reasonably be around the same multi-continental levels, and if you want to use high ends, well, then Itachi's flat out wins, being planetary while Shanks and the moon. But for right now, we can give Shanks the benefit of the doubt and tie him up with planetary. For speed, both of them should reasonably be around the same level, regardless. Both of them have a ton of FTL to MFTL feats that they should scale to, so they should be around MFTL. For durability, it should basically be the exact same. But then it gets into abilities, and this is where Shanks starts to lose. Itachi and Shanks are both at similar strength levels, if not Itachi being higher. Along with Itachi's insane stamina, at worst you have Shanks fighting multiple copies of Itachi that are on the same level as him, and at best, those multiple shadow clones are stronger than him. Even if you want to say that Itachi is weaker than Shanks, Itachi still has abilities like Genjutsu, which allows him to basically just take down Shanks immediately. Now, some people might say, well, what about Shanks' precognition? That is perfectly fair. However, Shanks, even while predicting for the Genjutsu, shouldn't be able to dodge the one-finger Genjutsu, which allows Itachi to basically put you in a Genjutsu without even looking at you. And Shanks can't blitz either because they're both at the same speed. So at this point, you either have Itachi and Shanks being at the same level, with Itachi having more than enough abilities to take down Shanks, a stronger Itachi that just flat out just stomps him out with hand-to-hand combat, or you have a weaker Itachi that just takes him out with Genjutsu and hacks. Now, while Shanks definitely has a chance of winning here, there's not much there for him. So our winner for today is Itachi Uchiha. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Y'all have been loving the power scaling videos, so I will be coming forth with them, of course. If you want to see more power scaling videos like this, you can check out the Koi channel. We are coming back for some more episodes in the future, so if you really do like power scaling content, then you should check out that. Also, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. A lot of y'all aren't subscribed, so you know what to do.